Sometimes I feel the mojo, I get in the groove, and I can start cranking out the knife review vids. I've got to be feeling it though, dude, seriously. And when I did the review on this knife, the Kershaw Skyline Model 1760, I was feeling it. Did you feel it? What an awesome, affordable EDC blade this is. Lots of TMPers have gone out and bought this. Very affordable, $30-ish, around there. Everyday carry blade. And it's just outstanding. Big old blade, great blade shape. 13C26 Sandvik steel, hollow ground, fast deploying, adequate lockup, G10 scales, decent clip. Really not a lot of bad things to say about the Skyline. Great knife. And anytime I can find a blade, dudes, that measures up against a knife like this, and this isn't the only one, there's several in the category. Always look up my best EDC carry playlist. Everyday knife playlist is what I meant to say. Excuse me. Or the one that's under $40. And that the Skyline populates both of those lists. If I can find a blade that measures up against this, then I'm excited. And here comes another one. This also by Kershaw. Yeah, baby, the Oh So Sweet. What a cool little knife this is, and it is even more affordable than the also and still super awesome Skyline in the background. And look at the handle on that thing. It's a Zytel handle, so not super special, and this is where I'm going to start the review, in that it's not, you know, a super high quality material. Zytel or FRN, you know, that's a more affordable handle material, and that translates into lower cost. But I love what Kershaw did on the molding of the handle, kind of a spider web pattern. I think it's aesthetic, it looks cool, and it also provides, surprisingly, a fair amount of traction. And I say surprisingly because I see a lot of patterns, we've seen them, haven't we, on Zytel, that are pretty much just for looks. They don't do much for traction. I will say on the Oh So Sweet by Kershaw, that's not the case. It does improve traction quite nicely. The handle is ergonomic too. And we see this coming out of Kershaw more and more. Kind of a tapering and a form fit to the human hand. And I like it. I think it's good looking, and it's also ergonomic. Nice finger groove here, so it locks into position nicely. Nope, no jimping either on the back side of the handle or on the back side of the blade. Sadly, it is lacking, but I'm going to put this knife squarely into the category of EDC/utility knife. So to me, it's not a showstopper. I keep saying Skyline, but the Skyline didn't have it either, right? Still gave that a positive review because of the POU. It's an EDC blade. Tactical blades, ones I might be using for an emergency defensive role, I'm a little less forgiving when it lacks some type of traction scheme either on the top or the bottom of the knife. It's kind of more important in there. This is a liner lock, just like its brother there, the Skyline, and in fact it's about the same thickness, maybe slightly thinner. The Zytel handles, as you can see, are steel lined. Let me grab my Streamlight Stylus Pro. Where'd that thing go? There it is. Pretty much carry one clip to my pocket all the time, and you can see the liners in there. Are they skeletonized? No, I don't think so. There's a little bit skeletonizing going on there on the lock side, but on the other side you can see it's not so much. It really doesn't matter though, because the weight of the knife is just amazing. About 2.8 ounces. You know what? I forget. I got like 16 knives on the table. I'll annotate if that's off, if I'm off of that. Maybe around 3-ish, but I think it's around 2.8 ounces. Extremely light. Extremely light. You know, the Skyline was what? Do you remember? Ferrous? 2.4 ounces. Okay, so both of these knives extremely lightweight. If we can get under the 3-ounce mark for an EDC blade of this size, I think we're doing pretty darn good. How's the blade on that? Pretty nice, pretty nice. I don't detect hollow grinding on this one, dudes. I just don't. I think it's flat ground from that spine grind right here coming on down. And the edge as it comes out of the box, pretty sharp, pretty sharp. I like it, I like it. Every knife that comes out of the box better be sharp. If not, shame on the manufacturer, shame on them. A little bit of a downside though, the steel, not impressive. AUS 6. I've said some bad things about that steel in the past because of experiences I've had in other brands of knives, not Kershaw. I really don't have a lot of experience with AUS-6 with Kershaw. It might be outstanding. They sure do a very good heat treat on all their other steels, like the 420 series. It seemed to wear and tear pretty good, hold an edge adequately, better than similar steels and other makes perhaps. But for the price and for the weight and the speed of this blade, I would suggest you go ahead and take a chance on AUS-6 in this particular knife. I really would. And I think a lot of the steels that are coming out, whether it's 13C26, 8CR14 MOV, like we have in the Skyline, I think for EDC use, they're going to be pretty darn nice. And I may have screwed which steel is which. I'm sorry, I was thinking the 8CR14 MOV is in this knife, the CRKT Drifter, previously reviewed in the Nut Fancy project, by the way. Great, affordable EDC choice also. Around 17 bucks for that knife? Amazing. Yeah, I'll probably annotate the review on this as well. But all these steels, 8CR14 MOV or 13 variation, 13C26 Sandvik, perhaps AUS-6, I think in roll will be adequate. I think most dudes will be happy with it. For an EDC blade, it's not like it's going to be a wilderness blade. You're going to be near your sharpening system, probably, frequently. It's going to be easy enough to sharpen. And I think that's something I need to stress more, is that ease of sharpening for the average user. Is it going to be easy? Is it going to be difficult? I think this will be, decent. I could run down all the specs of the carbon content, chromium of the AUS-6. Look it up on Google if you're interested, okay? But I think it's going to wear and tear. If I find out it absolutely sucks, I'll update through annotation, maybe the sidebar description, maybe an update video if I find it's going to be really bad. I don't suspect that's going to be the case with the oh-so-sweet knife. Look how that thing comes out, too. Man, it's nice. Fast. Oh, by the way, assisted opener, flipper design. Nice and fast. Nice and fast. Skyline is not assisted opening, again, but it's so well balanced, just like I said in my review. Don't matter. Mommy don't care. Neither does daddy for that matter. This one comes out fast. I love it. Another good thing they did on the oh-so-sweet Kershaw, dudes, you guys are doing such a good job on so many of your knives. I got some more I'm going to be talking to you guys about here in the future. Very impressed with Kershaw in 2009. Very impressed. They're doing a lot of things just super awesome. That clip right there, still a little bit Wizard of Ozzy. That's kind of my terminology when it gets a little funkadelic for Nut and Fancy. But okay, it's decent, polished, it's got kind of a curvature on it. But look, you can swap it. Okay, so you're not, condemned to either tip down or tip up carry, depending on your point of view. One of my TMPers goes, dude, why do you want tip up carry? What's your rationale? I've said it in a lot of videos. Granted, you'd probably have to dig through hundreds of hours of Nut and Fancy knife reviews to probably see it again. It's there in several places. Generally, the reason I like that, tip up carry, I'm talking dudes, is because for my orientation of when I extract the blade out of my pocket, everything is situated where I need it. See, especially for a flipper design. So it's clipped to my pocket like that. I pull it out, the knife, and then there's my flipper right there. It's ready to rock and roll. If I go with a tip down orientation, for me, and again, everybody's approach to their knife usage, it varies. But for me, I seem like I have to flip it around like this. So why do I like tip up carry? Simple. Economy of motion for me as a right-hander. When I'm talking a tactical blade, it's much more critical. I don't want to waste any time getting that blade deployed and ready to do its business. Okay, with an EDC blade, it's more of a convenience feature for me. But good job, Kershaw. That's a decent clip, and it's positionable to at least tip up or tip down, not to this side. Okay, so you're going to be kind of stuck with it right here. If you need to take the knife apart, also a big bonus for this knife, you can. Okay, at least, yeah, there you go. Mini Torx on that side. There's a lanyard hole if you want it. Nice. How's the liner? Again, it's not super thick, but this is an EDC blade, so let's not get carried away saying it's too weak. Okay, if you want something stronger, get something stronger. There's lots of options out there. Just go through my playlists. I have dozens upon dozens of stronger knives than this, if that's what you're looking for. The price is amazing, and if I didn't already mention it, here it comes. About $23. I got from, as you see in annotation, one of my favorite knife places, yourcornerstore.com. Hopefully you can find it. I think it's selling like hotcakes. Anytime you come out with a really lightweight, nothing fancy with a weight issue again, lightweight, fast, well-designed, handsome EDC blade like this, and I think the manufacturers are finally cluing in on this. It's going to sell like crazy. By the way, lockup on this, tight. No wiggle up, down, side to side. Nothing. No pivot adjustment necessary. And we see the trend of these super high quality, high value EDC blades continuing. You know, CRKT Drifter, that was one of them. I'm going to still keep that in the playlist. Best EDC knives under $40. And it just keeps getting better and better. Then the Vantage Select 420HC steel, also reviewed recently by Me Nut and Fancy. Oh, great knives. And then how about the CRKT Lake, undergoing evaluation right now in the Nut and Fancy project. 3 ounce, 8 CR, 14 MOV knife, $25. Man, it's a good time to be a knife enthusiast. And look at all these great knife options. The Oh So Sweet by Kershaw stands proudly amongst this bunch. It holds its head high due to, first off, excellent design. Whoever put this knife together, was it Ken Onion? Probably. Did an outstanding job. Model 1830, by the way. You look at that finish on that blade, too. Pretty high quality for a $22 knife. Again, might be a little bit more, a little bit less. Depends on where you decide to get your blades. Assisted opening knife. Well-designed, ergonomic, strong Zytel knife. Under 3 ounces with a very nice pocket clip placement. Yeah, it's Oscic steel, but for EDC, I don't think you're going to care that much. Outstanding blade. It's going in the playlist, dudes. What another great gift idea for birthday or Christmas. Nut and Fancy signing off. See ya.